Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host Phil from underKG.com, and this is the Galaxy M10. So the Galaxy M series supersedes the Galaxy On and J series. This is sort of a entry to the mid-range smartphone, and the M10 is the absolute base model of them. So this is only launched in India so far. They are planning to expand that to Indonesia and probably not to more higher income regions like Europe or North America. So if you want one, you'll probably have to head to the third-party retailers. Anyway, this is part of Make for India program, so this is made in India, sold in India market, so that's probably one of the reasons why they could sell it so cheap, at least in a Samsung standard. And inside the packaging is the little packet containing the warranty card, region lock guide. You have to put the Indian SIM card for 5 minutes and talk, and then the phone is going to be fully unlocked, and then quick start guide is also included. Under that is the phone itself. It comes in two different configurations, 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage, or 3 gigs of RAM with 32 gigabytes of storage, both of them expandable through micro SD card slot. And another thing is micro USB cable. No, this does not come with a USB-C port. Instead, you're stuck to the older standard. And the charger, 5 volts 1A, so that's 5 watts. Again, no fast charging support. Make sure to have enough time when you want to fill your phone fully up. And here's a little plastic. Taking that off, we have the phone itself. One of the more important parts of the Galaxy M10, other than the bang for the buck kind of aspect, is that this is one of the first Samsung devices with the notch on it. Samsung hates to call it the notch. Samsung calls it the Infinity V officially, but this is one of the water drop notches that Chinese manufacturers have been doing for quite a while now. I'm usually not a fan of the notch design, and this surely is not my favorite, but these water drop notches are not as massive as the iPhones, so I'm not absolutely against it. Anyway, encapsulated in that notch is 5 megapixels of f2.0 camera. Moving on to the right hand side, you got the power key, volume rocker. On the bottom is a micro USB port, headphone jack, and the microphone. On top is a noise cancelling microphone, secondary microphone. The SIM card tray, dual SIM card tray, along with that's it. On the rear, you got 13 megapixels and 5 megapixel camera. 13 megapixels of main lens is f1.9, pretty fast. And on top of that is f2.2 of 120 degrees of wide angle camera. So it's 2 angles along with the live focus. And the LED flash right there, Samsung logo, and speaker unfortunately is on the back. I'm not totally against the speaker on the back, but it's very easy to be blocked when your phone is lying down flat on the desk. And to avoid that, usually manufacturers put a little hump on that the speaker grill, and Samsung didn't even bother to put that, so it's very likely that it's going to get completely blocked when you put the phone flat on the desk. Anyway, the phone is ready, and what you see on the front panel is 6.2 inches of HD plus PLS panel, not OLED, but considering the price range, I'm sure this is acceptable. And Exynos 7870, 2 gigs of RAM with 16 gigs of storage, or 3 gigs of RAM with 32 gigabytes of storage. Android version 8.1 paired up with Samsung Experience 9.5, and the battery capacity is 3430 milliamps, so it's gonna last fairly long. The screen doesn't look too bad. I don't really see much of the light bleeding anywhere. It's a little bit glossy on the panel. Otherwise, it looks fairly nice. There is no screen color mode, nor the blue light filter, so you'll probably have to use a third-party app if you don't like the color temperature. Advanced features, there's not a lot, but unlike the previous Samsung devices, it does have ambient light sensor, so you do get auto brightness. The apps are not that special. There's voice recorder, email, there's camera, there's FM radio, Samsung Max, that's the data saver app, and that's pretty much it. Since it does have the dual camera, let's take a look. Camera app looks like this. There's auto stickers, continuous, what's continuous? Continuous shot. Oh, so it's a burst. So there's the burst. There's live focus, beauty mode, panorama, and pro with very few options. There's exposure, ISO, and white balance. And on the auto mode, you're given 2 different angles. This is a normal angle, and this is 120 degrees of wide angle, and it sure does look wide. The Galaxy M10 is a very interesting device in a number of areas. Firstly, It's got fairly nice spec for the price it's asking for, considering that it's a Samsung device. And secondly, it's got the notch. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering how the notch works, with the default settings, it's gonna stop right before the notch. So it looks like this. And since there's a little bit of bezel on the bottom, it makes a interesting symmetry, so it's not as annoying as I thought it would be. But if you want to fill that up absolutely without any gap, you can do so in the full screen apps option. You can turn that on and get back to the app, and it's going to be filled up like that, filling up right to the notch. You'll lose some space thanks to the front-facing camera, but if you want the full screen, there is an option. And even more interestingly, on that option, you can toggle hide camera. So that's like hide notch kind of option. You turn that on and everything's gonna squish into below the notch. One of my questions is that they could have rounded the corners on the top and it would have meshed nicely and it wouldn't have been this annoying, but they have complete straight rectangular edges. I don't know why, but you do get an option to hide the notch if you hate it so much. All right, so that was a quick look on the Galaxy M10. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Meanwhile, I'll be spending some time with this little new phone and get back with review fairly soon. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Ciao.